Today we'll be looking at mode of transmission of African swine fever. Infection is spread because basically there are mediums through which this African swine fever virus is being spread around on pig farms. The first one is infection through pig to pig, especially through the discharge, that is the urine or any fluid from the pig, and also the feces, that is the droppings from the pig. That is one of the method or means through which ASF can be transmitted from one pig to another pig. Then also we look at using infected feed or kitchen waste in your farm. That is why we need to be able to get our feed ingredients if we are formulating our feed, or if we are buying back feed, ensure that we are getting them from trusted dealers. And we should not be using kitchen waste on our farm, because that is one of the ways to expose our pigs to African swine fever. The third one is through ticks and flies. That is why it is advisable on your farm to ensure that you have a good control of ticks and fly, because a fly or tick can carry ASF from one farm to another farm through the bite of the animal. That is why it is also advisable also to have nets on the farm that will be able to help you control flies and ticks. Then through direct injection with infected needles or syringe. When you use needles or syringe that has been used on an animal that has ASF, using it for another animal, you discover that the ASF will be spread through that means. Then another means is through infected farm equipment. We have different farm equipment we use on our farm, and if we are not careful in managing it, if it is being used, that is why if you have your farm equipment on your farm, it is not advisable you should take it to another farm and start using it. Every equipment you have on your farm should be used only on your farm and not taken out, because if it is taken out, it is through another means that ASF can be transmitted. Also, while transporting animals, when you are transporting pigs, you don't need to use infected vehicles. That is why it is very good to disinfect. When we talk about biosecurity, it is very good to disinfect our cars that are being used on the farm to move animals from one farm to another. Then another thing that can lead to the spread of African swine fever is through humans. Humans, like the farm staffs, we talk about the farm veterinarian, we talk about the farm visitors. These are the means through which ASF can be transmitted. So it is advisable that your staffs ensure that they follow all due biosecurity. Every visitor, your veterinary doctor, and your farm staff should ensure that all biosecurities are being followed, because these are the means through which ASF can be transmitted. So let us look at through each and every one of these means of transmission and ensure that we work on them to avoid ASF on our farm.